Motivation is the single most important factor responsible for everything that we do. So in this video, we are going to see how we can trick our brain into motivating to take actions to achieve our goals. Science has the answer to everything, and we are going to answer with the help of science on how to get us motivated in order to take actions to reach our goals. Number one is the self-determination theory. So this particular theory says that we like things in our control. If anything is out of control, then we slightly get demotivated to do that particular activity. Whereas if things are in our control, we are super motivated. For example, if we are intrinsically motivated to do any activity, we will enjoy that activity more. We will be motivated to do that particular activity, and we will take action to reach our goals. Like for example, I am intrinsically motivated to grow on this YouTube channel, which is why I'm all the time motivated to either research for video ideas, script my videos, or even shoot my videos. That is because I know the why behind it. I know it's my passion, which is why I'm intrinsically motivated. Whereas if I were told by somebody to start a YouTube channel and start talking about being your best version, then chances are I might not be so motivated to start a YouTube channel. So that's a form of being extrinsically motivated by external factors. So chances are you will be motivated to do more of those things that you feel motivated, that you feel passionate about, because then the activity would be fun. For some of the people, creating videos would be a tedious task, but for me, it's a way of my creative expression, and I enjoy it absolutely. All of the reach, growth, and all of the other things that will come with this particular YouTube channel is something which is extra or cherry on the top, but the fact that I get to create videos and take out a video every Wednesday and Friday is something that gets me motivated, makes me more passionate, and gets me out of my bed to start working on the videos. So find your why and the stuff that you actually care about and keep that as your goal, and chances are you will be equally motivated to perform that particular goal, and you wouldn't have to be motivated to take actions to achieve that particular goal. You'll be already motivated. In spite, you will be waiting that when the time of the day comes and I do that particular activity. For example, in my case, I wait for the days wherein I can shoot videos. I wait for the day entire week, and when it's a Saturday or a Sunday, I'm super excited because that day I will be filming videos. So one of the way to trick your mind into getting yourself motivated and achieving your goal is to look back inside, identify your why, identify your passion, and then set goals. Do not work on those goals that gets you extrinsically motivated. Yeah, likes, views, impressions, everything is good, but what gets me motivated, even if I don't get any of them, is the fact that I get to come here and fulfill my creative expression by creating a video for you guys. Number second is engagement. How engaged are you into doing any sorts of activity? So this engagement could mean a lot of things. For example, when I started this particular YouTube channel, I had zero equipments. So how I started was, I started with the help of the iPhone 7 I had back then, and I ordered a very cheap mic and a tripod from Amazon, and I just found out a corner in my room and started filming videos. That's how I filmed first 50 of the videos, and after I filmed the videos, I figured out a free software online with the help of which I could edit my videos. So the thing is, when we do not have a lot of resources, our engagement levels are quite low, which is why I decided to quit at multiple times for creating videos, even if that was my passion. But slowly and gradually, I identified, okay, this is something that I absolutely want to do, 100% I want to do, so let's get some resources. So I started accumulating resources. So I saved up money a little bit, bought a camera, saved up a little more money, bought the lights, saved up a little bit, bought this particular mic that I am using. The crisp voice that you are listening to is making your video experience a little bit better. The video quality from this particular camera is helping me create high quality videos the background that you see. Slowly and gradually, I built up the entire setup, and that got me more and more engaged into creating videos. So this is my second attempt to start and grow a YouTube channel. Initially, I had a separate YouTube channel, which I took down because I was literally not clear about what kind of videos I wanted to create. I just knew this much, that I want to create videos. I want to build an audience online. I can actually play a clip that can help you understand. This was my first video that I created on YouTube. Cut to this particular video setup that you see. So our engagement levels increase as and when we acquire resources. So even if you've identified your why, but you're still not getting motivated, it's now time to acquire resources that will help you reduce that friction and get you into that particular flow of doing that particular activity. And then motivation is something that will build up over the period of time. The third way is to setting goals. I can't stress upon setting goals. And I've actually talked about setting goals, a guide to setting goals, in this particular video. I highly recommend watching that particular video, because in that video, I break down goal setting to the T. And in this video, we're going to be talking about specific to the motivation. So what do you think? What goals that you would be motivated to pursue? Either vague or specific. So an example of a vague goal is, I want to film a video in this week. That's a vague goal that you have. Whereas I will be filming a video on Saturday between 2 to 4 p.m. that will go up in the next week. That is a specific goal. You will be motivated, and because it is a little time bound, you will be tricked into taking action to complete that particular task. So always set specific goals so that your chances of achieving that goals increases. And that's how motivation also works. If you set a very vague goal like, I will be filming a video. When, where, what video? The chances are you will be less motivated. Remember the first point that we discussed in the video? We like control. We like to be in control with when we are doing it, what we are doing, and how we are doing. And also, you will be little motivated to do stuff which is little difficult. So for example, when I started, I had zero knowledge about creating videos. I had zero knowledge about how lighting works, how angles work. I literally used to set up my camera below my jawline. That used to make me look horrible on screen. And I just wanted to never film videos and be in front of the camera again. Slowly and gradually, I figured out how everything works. That is because I challenged myself and did not give in the difficulties that were coming in my way. So the more the difficult the goal is, the more motivated that we are to do that particular activity or get into that particular goal. So everyone says building an audience online on YouTube is something which is little difficult, whereas opposed to LinkedIn or Instagram. So which is why I've picked YouTube as my primary platform, because little difficult. And I know for a fact that if I have built and I'm able to build an audience on YouTube, I will certainly be able to build an audience on Instagram and on LinkedIn. So which is why I applied the theory of eat the frog first, and I started my YouTube channel first, and I am planning to build, and I am building my audience on YouTube first. So pick a goal which is little difficult, not too lofty, but little difficult and little out of your reach, because that will help you upgrade your skills and that will challenge you to do that particular activity to reach that particular goal. So one of the single most important factor which is responsible and can come in your way of achieving your goals is seeking for external validation and seeking for external feedback. Stop seeking validation and feedback outside. Start seeking it inside. Be your best own critique, and slowly and gradually iterate the process again and again in order to better your activity or your craft rather than asking for feedback outside. For example, I remember in my initial days of creating videos, I used to go to everyone and ask, can you give a feedback on my video? Can you give a feedback on my video? What happened? I stopped creating videos. Why? Because people judged me left, right, and center. They told me, the lighting is off. What are you speaking? The voice is not clear, and etc. and etc. Whereas what they should have told me was, these are the pointers that you can work in your next video. In spite, they told me I should stop creating videos. And that's exactly what I did. I listened to them and I stopped creating videos, and which is why my number one YouTube channel died. And I did not stop there. I restarted and rebuilt my YouTube channel from the ground up, and I only listen to my own voice and my own feedback whenever I want to better my videos. The fourth one is the self-efficacy theory, which means that if you believe in yourself that you are capable enough to do any particular activity or to achieve a goal, then the chances are you will certainly be able to do it. And similar is true for the opposite. If you believe that you will not be able to achieve, you will not be able to achieve that particular goal that you have set for yourself. The idea here is to actually believe in your knowledge, skills, and abilities whenever you're doing any activity. Let's take an example again for my YouTube channel. I believe for a fact that this particular channel will hit 100k subscribers and 1 million subscribers soon. My videos will reach a lot of you all, and with the help of my videos you will be able to uplift yourself and be motivated to be your best version. This will help you think on the terms that will help you get and understand about yourself and how you can work towards being your best self, which is also true in science and which is called the Pygmalion effect, which is a part of self-fulfilling prophecy, which says that believing in something can make it true. I believe in the fact that my skills and my abilities are enough to be running a successful YouTube channel that gets millions of views on each of the videos. If you tell your mind whenever setting a goal, oh, this is something which is too lofty, I won't be able to do it, that's the fact. That's where you have faltered, and your motivation will be always low to do that particular goal, because you know somewhere down the fact that this is something that's not going to happen. But if you believe that you are going to win at it 100%, you will be motivated to do, because there is certainty attached to it. And I've talked about self-efficacy and self-belief in depth in this particular video. So I highly recommend watching this particular video, because I've talked about the science, how we can trick amygdala in our brain to believe in ourselves and to believe in the goals that we have set for ourselves. Let's move on to number 5, which is the reinforcement theory, which is also called the operant conditioning. So this experiment was done by a scientist, Pavlov, wherein he rewarded a dog to open a certain door and he punished the dog to open a certain door. So slowly and gradually, with the help of patterns and consequences, the dog learned the behavior that if I open this particular door, I'm going to get rewarded, whereas if I open that particular door, I'm going to be punished. So the dog stopped opening and banging the door where he was punished. He always banged and opened the door where he was rewarded, and which is very much similar in the human case as well. So when our behavior gets rewarded, we do more of it. And when our behavior gets punished, we stop doing that particular thing. So our behaviors determine our consequences, and our consequences determine our behavior. So chances are, if I create a video, it gets 1 million views, I'm motivated to create a video. But if I do not get videos, if I do not get views on the channel, I should understand that I need to work on something and better my videos at every interval to make it reach 1 million views. So our behavior determines our consequences, and our consequences determine our behavior. So this particular theory extends further into social learning theory, wherein we not only learn from our mistakes but also learn from other people's mistakes. So if any of the creators' video is not performing well, chances are it will not perform well for me as well. So it's good to actually take cues and learnings and only work on those videos that has already fetched views. This is applicable to those who are just starting out their YouTube channel. Like for example, me, I'm just starting out my YouTube channel. I will be creating more and more of those videos which have the higher chances of getting views, as opposed to those videos which has lower chances of having views. The sixth one is the expectancy theory. For example, if we expect that we are gonna excel or win at any certain thing, chances are we'll be doing it more. So for example, I create a video, I know for a fact that, and I expect that this particular video will be getting a 1 lakh views, or it will be getting so many likes, comments, and subscribers, I will be looking forward to it and I will be motivating. So, for example, if I create a video and in my mind I think, oh, this video is going to die, oh, video is going to go flat, chances are my motivation will be less. But if I tell myself, okay, this particular video is going to get 1 lakh views, so might as well give in your best. So every time I start filming any of the videos, I always tell my mind that this particular video will reach a 1 million viewer count. So make that particular video so that you do not have any regrets, and to give your 100%. Give 100% in the videos, because this particular video is going to get 1 million views. Because it's going to get 1 million views, it's going to reach a maximum of the people, and in turn help you grow your channel. So whenever doing any activity that will help you reach your goals, always do it with having a positive expectation in your mind and positive result in your mind. Your motivation level will obviously increase. If you started with any kind of doubt, your energy would be in doubt. The energy will be translating via your work, and that will result in your goals. And that is not something you want. You want to be there with your 100% energy and your 100% for it to reflect in your work. And I actually saved the best for the last, which is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So basically, the Maslow's hierarchy is divided into 5 steps. The basic one is the physiological needs. This is the need for hunger, thirst, and other bodily needs. So once that are satisfied, we move to the stage number 2, and that is safety. We need to feel secure and safe at any given point. If we find ourselves insecure in any situation, our motivation levels also decrease. Once we feel secure and safe, we move on to the third need, which is the social affection, wherein we long for affection, relationships, love, bonding, etc. We crave for that. And once that is fulfilled, we move to the next stage, that is the esteem. The internal self-esteem, self-respect, autonomy, achievement, authority, all of these things come under the fourth stage of the hierarchy of needs. And finally is the self-actualization, or becoming or being motivated for becoming our best version. So once our physiological needs, safety needs, social needs, and esteem needs are met, that is when we think about being our best selves. So if you want to identify how to motivate yourself, just look in any of the stages and identify where you stand at. For example, I stand at 4th stage because I'm super motivated to be my best version, and all the things that I am doing will help me become my best version. So identify where you stand at and motivate yourself to go for the next stage so that you reach higher in the hierarchy of needs. You can do the similar for your team members or for the people around you. In order to get them motivated, identify on what stage that they stand at. Are their physiological needs met? Are their safety needs met? Are their esteem needs met? Are their social needs met? Or are they at the 5th stage? Identify which stage they are and then motivate them to go to the next stage. And slowly and gradually help them to become their best version. So yeah, these were all of the 7 ways backed by science that you can motivate yourself to reach your goals and be your best version. You can use any of the tools to get you motivated and get you out of the bed that will help you to be your best version. So yeah, that was all that I wanted to talk about motivation and the science behind motivation in this particular video. I will see you in the next video very soon. Till then, bye-bye.